Welcome back to Grandpa's Plumbing Podcast. I'm Grandpa. I was asked recently in a question from a live audience member. She was from the nursing home, almost halfway comatose, but still able to call in. And she asked me, "What is a woman?" And I am going to explain what a woman is right now. Back in the old days, when I was a youngin', around maybe 15 years old, I had about 4 little jobs and I got paid. Then a girl from school comes by and says, "I heard you got paid." I said, "How'd you find out?" "I got my sources," she said. "I got my sources." And then I'm like, gosh. She said, "Well, okay." And she says, "You see that car over there?" "Yeah, I see." "Well, Mama's in there." And Mama got out and said, "Don't you dare break my daughter's heart today." And I said, "No, ma'am, I'm not going to break your daughter's heart." And then she got back in the car, and the girl said, "Go upstairs in your house, your parents' house, and put on your Sunday best. You're taking me out." And I said, "Well, I ain't got no car." She said, "Well, Mom's going to drive us. And she's got a list of designated places where you're going to take me." And I said, "Okay." So I went inside, got all spiffied up, put the oil in my hair, made sure I didn't light a match, and then went outside. She said, "Stop." And I stopped. And she said, "Mama, how does he look?" And Mama said, "Turn around, boy. Let me look at it." So I did the turnaround, and she said, "That's good enough for me." I didn't understand what that meant, but I felt way too much love at that moment. And so we got in the back seat. Mama drove us to the mall, and I bought the girl a nice little cute outfit. And Mama said, "Boy, you got some good taste in girls' clothes. You could be queer." And I said, "No, ma'am. You got enough problems already." So then we drove to the Dairy Queen and bought the girl and myself dinner. Mama reached into her cool chest, where you put the ice and there's food inside the ice cooler. And she took out her dinner and started eating on that. So then afterwards we went to the movies, and girl sat on one side, I was in the middle, and her mama was on the other side, and bought them their pickle and their drink and their popcorn, got me and my popcorn and my drink, and then I had to hold their hands because they got scared in some of the scenes. So I'm trying to reach down to eat some popcorn, and I had the long straw so I could get my soda pop. And finally, the date was over, and they took me back to my parents' house and dropped me off and said, "You was a good date. See you later." As they drove away, they started honking and said, "Sucker." And oh my gosh, I felt abused, but it was a good date. So, getting back to the question, what is a woman? I think I just answered. When you get paid, you find out what a woman is. When you don't get paid, then you kind of wish you had a woman. So, I hope you answered the question, and I'm glad to serve. This is Grandpa's Plumbing Podcast. See you next time.